This week sees the end of a glorious 3 months travelling from the UK to Greece and back in our tiny Fiat 500. We've covered over 7,000 kilometres, come through 10 countries, but this wasn't just a holiday. I wanted to know if I could take my business on the road, keep it running and maintain an income while we were travelling. And if you want to know if this worked and what the positives and negatives were, then keep watching. I'm Jo Gakonga. I've had an online business and teacher education business at elttraining.com for over a decade, and it's been my full-time income for more than 2 years now. I put out a new video every week and a newsletter. I run a group program, video creation, and sell online courses. But could I do this on the road? And what were the pros and cons? Let's start with the positives. That's pretty easy. I love travel, I love seeing new places, meeting new people, and I really love the warm, clear waters of the Adriatic. So being able to work for part of the day or part of the week and spend the rest of my time visiting interesting sites, walking up some amazing mountains and diving into water so clear it's like swimming in glass. That was incredible. Going on a road trip that's totally flexible with just an idea of a direction so that we could stay longer if we wanted or try different things as we went along. That actually is my idea of a life well lived. We didn't move too fast either. We usually stayed a few nights or up to about a week. So it wasn't too rushed and travelling days were limited. So this was all good. It wasn't just about the travel though. There were some great practical things about the business too. I'm usually based in Sydney, so being on the same side of the planet as most of my customers in Europe with time zones, etc., made life much easier, especially for my group program. The other positive about the business was that although my work-life balance really did shift towards life, I've had a lot of great ideas while we've been away, and if anything, this rest has made me really hungry to get down to all sorts of big projects that I've been planning, so watch this space. I guess I should say at this point that I couldn't have done it without my partner. It's lovely to be able to share a trip like this. He made it all very normal for me, and he did all the heavy lifting in looking for fantastic places for us to stay and booking them, and he did most of the driving too. He was also brilliant at making sure that I didn't do too much and get too bogged down in work when there was so much else around to enjoy. So I know that I'm lucky that we did this together. Any negatives? Well, a few of course, but they were relatively minor. High on the list, tech problems. Wi-Fi was a big one. I knew this might be an issue. I can be really flexible with work, but I cannot work without being connected to the net. And although the places that we stayed had Wi-Fi, speeds varied quite a bit, and I could mostly deal with this by connecting to my phone, but being out of the EU in Albania was a bit of a challenge. I just hadn't thought about it before. It wasn't difficult to get a new SIM, but it was a bit of a minor hurdle to get over. Getting power to devices was also a bit tricky. I knew we'd need EU adapters, but then Italy has got different plugs to everywhere else. So the adapters ended up building up like some kind of kids' construction toy or something. So just when you think you've got Wi-Fi and power sorted out, then you start getting pop-ups from all your sites asking you to verify who you are as they try to make sense of all your movements, of course. I'm not sure how many times I've verified myself to YouTube on this trick, but it's a lot. So that's the tech. And then the other thing, I suppose, is although I've prided myself on being able to be flexible and work anywhere, not having a regular place to film has made life a bit more challenging. I've adapted and I've filmed in lots of different places, but I miss my lights and my nice green wall at home, and I'm looking forward to recording there again. So that's it, except for the big question, was it sustainable with the business? Well, yes, and in fact I had my best quarter ever while we've been away, so I'm seriously thinking that we should stay on the road forever. Well, maybe not. I am looking forward to being back in my own bed, but I'm also hatching plans to buy a camper van when we get back to Australia, so watch this space again. And finally, if you've got this far and you're thinking that you'd like a bit more freedom and passive income in your life, then check out my Video Creation for Educators programme. It's not a dream, I'm living it, so can you. The next cohort starts in January. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.